And our next guest likes nothing better to talk about Manchester United.
He loves talking about Man United.
He's been good enough. He's down here in the smoke, and he's been good enough to pop in and see us. It is, of course, Justin Moorehouse, comedian. Good afternoon, Justin.
Yours.
Thank you for coming in.
Good afternoon. I've just been having a bit of a London day today.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, bumping into people. You know?
Saying hello to everybody, and they don't give you anything, nothing back.
You know what? I went to the theatre last night, and I got chatting to this lady, and started chatting, and I said, you've been a bit a bit chatty. I said, there's a myth, isn't that people in London don't talk? She went, I think London's got more talky since COVID.
Wow,
really?
People are chatting more.
Yeah. Because you had to chat to people, didn't you?
Yeah.
Who's dead now? You know?
It got a bit more chatty around. People were very nice to each other for about 6 weeks around the Olympics, but after that, it reverted to time.
Do you think the IOC came down and made everyone talk, gave everyone a few quid, talk to each other?
No, it was quite organic. I mean, it was really weird. People were so friendly, but it didn't take long to revert.
I don't want anyone to talk to me in London.
Do you not?
No.
I don't mind it, me. I like it. I love a random conversation. Yeah.
Well, I was in York at the weekend, Justin. And,
I was there 2 weeks ago.
People were so friendly. People were just absolutely lovely. I mean, just...
well, that's what you get with the walled city, isn't it? They can make sure who's coming in and who's coming out. That's what it is.
Yeah,
if you get too friendly, ramparts go up, don't they?
Yeah.
Literally.
That's enough.
Yeah. So, we will just briefly touch on it. It's Manchester United. It's just, I mean, every press conference, Ruben Amorim today is having to double down on this, and winning a cup won't sort all of our problems out.
Yeah.
But, I mean, how are you feeling at the moment?
Honestly, I think he's the right guy. I genuinely think it's going to take some time. I think it's going to take a lot longer than people think. And if I'm dead honest, I think majority of match-going fans and you know, long-term fans. I mean, we talk about fan bases. I hate that word, fan base. Yeah. But we talk about this sort of thing, and we're referring to lots of people on the internet who are just chatting and saying lots of things. You know what? At the moment, the football is dreadful. But we haven't got the players to play the system. And if you decide you're going to play the system, you've got to get the players, and that's going to take some time. You know, if you want to do a quick fix, you can do a quick fix, and you might win the League Cup, or you might go far in the FA Cup, but you're not going to turn anything around. And I like the cut of his jib. You know, I like him. I like his honesty. I think that's the thing. And from a sort of personality point of view, I think if you're a Manchester United player and the new manager's come in and he said, I'm going to play this way, and you think, this doesn't suit me, you're probably going to think, I'm not going to be here. So there's that kind of hidden less incentive, isn't there, to do well, I suppose. People go, they should be doing this for because they're getting 500. They don't know with things like that.
No.
You know what I mean? I didn't try harder when I was getting 20 quid to do a comedy gig as to what I get now. You still try the same hard, don't you?
Now, you're more than that now.
Yeah, I'm more than 20.
Have a word with your agent, Charlie.
I was going to say,
because it's not on, is it? Keep working for 20 quid.
As a son of Manchester, Justin, how do you feel about another son of Manchester, Marcus Rashford, going to Villa and putting on the shirt, and he's obviously loving it?
Disappointed. You know, I think, and I've said this before, that when you're a fan of your team, especially if it's your team in your area where you grew up and you didn't have a choice, and you know, we all support those teams for that reason. And you always, when you're a little kid, you think you're going to be a United player, and then, you know, as soon as you get to like the age I did, like 34, and realise you're not, you know, they're living your dream.
Yeah.
So when Marcus Rashford is not happy and he's not playing well, you feel like yourself. You feel like he's not living your dream for you.
Yeah.
I can't get angry with him. I don't know what the problem is with him. I can't pretend to know what the problem is. But I tell you what, I can't be is knee-jerk and blame him for everything. You know, he's been playing for that club for a long time, and we know for a fact he's played through injuries. He's played through a lot of, you know, things get hinted at in the press and everything else. But clearly, you know, he's a grown man and he makes his decisions, and I'm just disappointed. But he's one of about 25 that I'm sorry never kind of made it, you know.
Off the pitch is as much of a story as on it at the moment, with the you know, the fruit and the taking away of the canteen.
Yeah, and the Jim Reaper, as they call him.
The penny
Henry
pinching.
Great song at the weekend.
Oh, yes.
He's just exactly the same as the Glazers, apparently. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
who'd have thought a billionaire, petrochemical billionaire?
Yes,
that's a billionaire twice, and he's that rich. You have to remind yourself in every sentence he's a billionaire twice. Who'd have thought a petrochemical billionaire? Who'd have thought Mr. Burns coming in to run your club might have taken away the sweets from the candy store.
No, I mean it's not a good look, is it? It's all kind of in tandem, the two things at once on and off.
Is it culture change? Is it a shock? Is that what he's doing? Is he saying to everybody, this is what you're getting? And then people saying things like, well, if you're Doris in the canteen and suddenly he's taking your free lunch off you, I think, well, she's not going to be working there because I'm not going to have a canteen. But if you're Doris there and you used to be getting a free, and then you see Casemiro sat there, and I thought, they don't sit in the same room, that's for a fact. You see Casemiro there on £9 million a week.
Casemiro comes over and said, somebody sitting here, Doris. No, you're all right, Casemiro.
Yeah.
Sit down. How are you?
Yeah.
Did you go bingo last night?
Well,
I did.
I
won 50 quid.
The beef cobbler there, Casemiro.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it, mate.
But he's going to be there next year. His face does look like he does like a, spotted dick and custard.
You think no stranger to the sweet trolley, is that you're claiming that?
That's why I always say
that. Fair enough.
I think, personally, I believe there's two things that I find distasteful about supporting Man United at the minute. And one is the sort of the dire football, and it's so bad, and it doesn't look good, this sort of thing. And the Glazers have ruined the football club. It's not our debt. We shouldn't be paying £66 a ticket. We're not paying your debt off. They've done absolutely nothing, the Glazers. No. Let's make no bones about it. They've had nothing positive to do with Manchester United whatsoever. It has been the correlation is there. They came in, we went rubbish, whisking,
Yeah.
And I also think, personally, I'm sick of every single ex-player, constantly. And I know it's big business, and I know back pages and front pages, and that's your job to talk about the biggest stories in sport. But how many times can we have 4 or 5 ex-United players on a YouTube channel talking about when the gaffer was there, he wouldn't have put up with that? It's just, lay off for a little bit.
Yeah.
He's not helping.
That legacy does. I spoke to some Nottingham Forest fans, and they said that about Clough, actually, that the legacy of Clough held them back when they tried to move on for a long time. And actually, I think they talked about it with Leeds for quite a while with Don Revie. You
need to make a break.
Those legacies, although as great as they are, and those managers are, second to none, the clubs have to find a way to move on. Liverpool didn't for 20 years. Didn't move on from the boot room, did
and
they?
Alex didn't. Alex Ferguson took over, and he was still living in the shadow of Matt Busby, and that's the sad thing, is that players, good players, great players that have won everything, heroes of mine, now, I'm not going to say feed their children because they don't need to do it, but they make money by deriding the current squad, and instead of why don't you get involved? Why don't you be a bit more positive? I mean, this is me being a bit cloud cuckoo land and everything else, but I think he's the right man, and I think we'll
they
get
might
there.
Try a lot of them. I think we know who we're talking about. A lot of them did try and get involved by becoming managers elsewhere to try and, I'm assuming, eventually end up in the Man United hot seat, and we're all found wanting.
But I reckon Ruben Amorim's man enough to put up with that kind of stuff. And I think, he says this, there's two things. The class of 92 now is becoming as much as a kind of like a poison chalice as the Hacienda years in Manchester. You've got to move on with some things. You've got to. It's not like people in politics in Manchester are still talking about the Peterloo massacre. You've got to move on. We've repealed those anti-corn laws. Years ago. We've got to move on.
He said it won't be a cure-all winning in Europe, but a little run in this tournament, and getting the final and potentially winning. Although there's some good teams left in it. I mean, it would be a start. It might
be a start, but you know what? Going out of it with absolutely no European football next season might actually be better.
Interesting.
Tough call. Might be better.
Line in the sand, yeah.
I'm not altogether sure it's true when they
might
say
save me a few quid as well.
It makes it harder to attract players, because I think if you're willing to pay the wages, it's whether they're willing to pay the wages, whether the stuff that Jim Ratcliffe's doing extends to, because they're going to have a situation where they've got to offload some players at a loss. Yeah. And on that basis, they've got to make that up for PSR. So,
however, when if you did the old switcheroo on this, which is what our job is, isn't it, to see the other side of it?
Indeed.
You could say, well, actually, these players are not rubbish. Look at Anthony. Look how good he is.
Yeah.
Look at Marcus Rashford.
Yeah.
You buy him, you're getting a bargain here.
Yeah.
Buy the magic beans that is Casemiro.
You ruined Pogba. You ruined Alexis Sanchez. Who else do you want to ruin?
Come on.
Justin, you're on tour at the moment, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. I see you're sold out for.
Don't bother then.
Here's an anomaly. Yeah. Here's an anomaly.
Yeah.
I'm playing Farsley on Saturday, which is outside Leeds.
That's all I know.
Farsley Celtic. So I thought me and the tour manager Sam will go and watch Farsley Celtic on Saturday afternoon. They're playing the home matches 70 miles away at Buxton at the moment. So I'm off to the Shea. I'm off to the Shea on Saturday.
Halifax, nice. Yeah, that'll be good. Proper old stadium.
Do you try and take in a game then when you're touring?
Try. Yeah, you can see the playing, mate. Yeovil.
We'll beat them, no trouble. They lost 5-0 last weekend. It was brilliant. Yeah, they're falling apart.
So Justin's tour, greatest performance of my life.
Yep.
And
big claim.
Yeah, and
you've got a special out as well from the last show you toured,
yeah.
which is beautifully filmed. And where did you film it? You filmed it somewhere nice.
Filmed it in Shakespeare North. Reese has just texted me. Who works here?
Oh yeah,
Reese is in.
He's just texted you. Can you come on air and talk about Man United?
Yeah, he texted me. Can I come on Sunday? Just booking me for Sunday. Look, listen to me now. Can I come on Sunday?
I've not been. I've got friends in Prescott. I know the town well. But I've not been up since it's
brilliant.
Since it's
beautiful.
Been built. Yeah,
Shakespeare North. I say my specials live. It got taken down for copyright reasons, not the jokes. A piece of music that the clearance has not been done technically. So any moment now it's about to get put back on, and it's my last show, filmed beautifully. I think it's really good. I really like it. Better than the one that you came to see in North London. You remember that?
I enjoyed it.
Sparsely attended that day, wasn't it? Oh, it was one of them.
Did they both enjoy it?
Didn't turn out for Justin.
There
was a hardcore of us. There was me and my missus and our optician, funny enough, who just happened to be there on the same
I would have thought being in London, loads of Man United fans would turn up.
Oh, Charlie, what are you doing, Charlie?
It was lovely, wasn't it?
Shall I say trains were cancelled from Camberley? Shall I say that? Shall I do that?
Charlie, what have you become?
Nice,
You're not like this normally.
Clickbait.
He's a shock jock. He's become a shock jock.
They're going to clip that up, aren't they?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
They're going to put
Charlie absolutely ruins Man United fan.
Pasty eating opera singer destroys Man United theatre goer.
JustinMoorehouse.com. You can click through for all the tour dates. Click through for the YouTube special, or go right through the website.
Yes.
Option. That was a nice website. It's all very beautifully put together.
Oh, thank you, mate.
He spends some. He throws some money. He's on 20 quid a gig, Paul. He throws money.
The money's gone up. Thanks for popping in, Justin.
Jim Ratcliffe's not ordering my budget around. Got a canteen and everything.
Good to see you. Thanks
Good to see you guys. Thanks for having us.
Justin Moorehouse there. Go and check it out. JustinMoorehouse.com with all the details. And Manchester United live tonight on talkSPORT versus Real Sociedad.
Paul Hawksbee and Andy Jacobs, Monday to Friday afternoons 1 till 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.